Well, hey crafty friends, it's Heidi Scott with DIY Dreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to make over some very plain white flameless LED candles from Aldi. You can find these everywhere. This time I chose white and they were around $10 for 5, so not bad at all. So that's what we're going to do. I have one that I finished, and then I'm gonna talk to you about that, what the challenges were, because I had some challenges, and then we'll do one or two of them while I'm here. But before I jump into that, I just wanted to know, did you guys see my video tutorial on making napkin decoupage on a candle using a heat gun? I think I'll try to dig this video up. It was from just maybe a few weeks ago, and you could do the same idea on this type of a project as long as it's got wax. Okay, so let me grab a couple candles out of here. Ooh, these are even scented. They smell like vanilla. Okay, so I have been working this morning and doing a few other things, and I remembered something from my past experience stenciling candles, and that is that it is hard, even for me, and I've done stenciling for a zillion years, it is hard to do a big all-over pattern on a candle. It's really hard. So if you haven't done this before, I recommend that you start out using a smaller stencil design and then move up. And don't use a brand spanking new stencil to stencil on a candle, because chances are you're going to get some overlap where it's going to stick to itself and then be hard to get apart, which is what I experienced. Okay, so I used this adorable new stencil earlier today that is the second half to this, Let It Snow. It's a whole bunch of snowflakes. It's in the kitchen drying. Okay, I'm going to do a tea towel out of this part. This is a cute stencil. So that's what I did. And I was experimenting. I used just white chalk paste because I was curious to see how much that would show up. And then of course I used my favorite glitter. And not only did I have issues with this, working with that giant stencil and holding on to my candle, if you put your hand inside and kind of spread your fingers apart, it makes it a little bit easier, but it was a challenge. The other thing is, because I chose white, it's a little harder to see. So, two things I recommend. Use a smaller stencil, and I'm going to go back to my all-time favorite, which is glittering black chalk paste, and this same sterling silver glitter. Okay, and we're going to use, I think I'm going to do one candle with this. These sweet little birds, and it says Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to do one of them with one of these. These are winter mini favorites, I think. And it comes with 6 pieces. These are miniaturized stencil designs of past 8.5 by 11 stencils that Magnolia has carried that have done really well. Wise men still seek him. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Old-fashioned sleigh ride, warm blankets and hot cocoa, joy to the world, home for the holidays, or Jesus is the reason for the season. And I think I'm going to do this one. So we'll do, this says joy to the world, so we'll do these two. Like I said, we're going to use the glittering black chalk paste. So there's nothing you need to do to prepare your candle. You do want to, make sure there's nothing on it from the packaging. So maybe wipe it off with a paper towel. but you don't need to spray it or anything. And I want you to notice that I'm doing this on a candle that's not going to have a real flame. These are battery operated. I think it's safer that way. Much safer, probably. Okay, and I'm going to do this one first. Joy to the world. Oh, and the other beautiful thing about this kind of a project is when Christmas is over or winter's over, if you did snowflakes, you can use this, you know, clear through February or so, is that you can wash it off your stencil. Yeah, off your candle and do the candle and something else. Okay, so you're going to find that your stencils are not going to stick super well. They just don't because it's wax. And I'm working on this tacky towel. I've used this stencil several times already. I'm going to get out. I have found that when you're working on a bigger one, you can use a stiff paintbrush if you prefer over a squeegee. But when you're working on a smaller one, it's just easier to use a squeegee. So I'm going to apply my chalk paste, and then I'm going to sprinkle the glitter on it while it is still wet so that the glitter can get stuck in the chalk paste. And that is how I'm creating my design. It is kind of hard to get the clumps and lumps off because the surface is not flat. But let me just do my best here. Okay, let's say that's good enough for now. Oh, darn. I'm such a messy crafter. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to take this off. And it's pretty already. Let me throw this in my tub of water. Rinse off my finger just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm taking a paper plate. That's what I'm doing my glitter on. And I'm just going to sprinkle it on my project. And I'm being super generous. I am not going to throw all this glitter away though. I will hang on to my plate, and when I'm done and when I've brushed everything off, I will just do this little fold trick where I just put that glitter right back into my little glitter holder. Okay, let's do the other one. So I will wait at least 30 minutes and then I'll try blowing off the excess glitter dust. And I may take it outside and use a brush gently to brush off some of the excess glitter. Okay, let's see. We're going to do this one now. I'm using a little bit bigger design. This one is called Merry Christmas, December 25th. And I think I'm going to do it without the Merry Christmas. Just focus more on the birds. And I may, because this is slightly bigger, I may use a paintbrush a little bit. Okay? That is Molly, and she is barking probably because a leaf fell off of a tree or something in the front yard, and she wants to alert me in case it indicates that we're in danger. Actually, we have, we're watching this live, we have painters in the basement because we are getting all our remediation done after we had our flood. So she's a little worked up about the noise down there. Well, maybe I won't need to use a paintbrush. I think this is going to be really pretty. I love birds. And these are some sweet little winter birds sitting on a fence post of some sort. I'm trying to get the excess globs off. And then I'm not going to worry about it too much. Right there. Let's see. Oh, and it looks great. Okay, let's go in my tub. Water. And let's quick do our glitter application. Before this dries. See how pretty that is? I think that using a darker color chalk paste definitely makes it easier to see the design than using white, which I don't know what I was thinking. But you know what? Experiments are good because sometimes I learn what not to do and then I can share it with you so you don't have to do the same thing. So I just think that these would be lovely sitting out, and all three of these could go together. And I will get good close-ups of everything once it's all dry. So you can stencil on really any kind of candle that you want. If you're going to stencil on a real one that you're going to burn, then I was a lawyer before I was an at-home mommy. The lawyer in me needs to tell you to don't leave your candles unattended. A family member just had a little fire in their home from a candle, and it's heartbreaking. So don't leave a lit candle unattended, especially if you've done something to it with glitter and chalk paste. It's really better to use these battery-operated candles. These came from Aldi. You can get them at Walmart. If you want to pay more money, you can buy them at Pottery Barn. You can get them on Amazon. And they look good. These ones even smell like vanilla. So I just bought these recently at Aldi. 4 or 5 of them for around $10. And then you can use any stencil you want, big or small. It's going to be easier if you use a small one. You can use any color chalk paste that you want. And glitter, of course, comes in lots of different colors. It's not just all this silver. So that's what I wanted to share with you real quick today. I hope that I gave you some ideas. And if you didn't realize that you could do this, now you know. And I hope you're inspired. Do a this or a this. Comment down here, Christmas, if you want to see the list of all the different Christmas designs that Magnolia has. And they have a ton and a ton of new ones this year. Alrighty. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys later.